Welcome to On a Way, a podcast about grief and loss. Beryl Botman is my name. Good day. At first, in the beginning stages of my mourning period, it angered me tremendously if anybody made any reference to finding new love interests. How could they? Didn't they know that I've lost the love of my life? Why would they even think that I would be interested? And for a long time, I was not ready to even consider such prospects. The feelings of longing for Russel in particular stayed strong. It was only later that I started to wonder whether that might change if I consider new love interests, a new love in my life. And then I asked myself, would that help to fill this huge space, this huge void, this emptiness? Could that be replaced by another relationship or with new company to share daily life with? I had to ask myself, what is it that I miss? What am I missing? Having not yet fully explored the new meaning of love or the meaning of new love as expressed within this connectedness with Russel, I thought I was missing loving somebody or to be loved by somebody. And for this, and in my experience of how I conduct love was in a relationship. And so having a person, a warm body, as a default go-to person, as somebody to share daily experiences with, of being together and feeling closeness, maybe that is what I was looking for. I was used to all these actions and feelings. I had an affectionate relationship, so I was not only feeling close, I was also touched. I also touched and I was taken care of. I was being noticed. I was valued in all my contributions and what I had to offer into that relationship. I was made to feel special. I was made to feel wanted and needed, and I needed to express all of this. Maybe that was what I was missing, because those are all feelings and experiences that I have gotten used to. I've lived with it for at least 25 years, and it's almost a lifetime. So not having all of that and having to learn to live with a different kind of affection, is there not perhaps some physical relationship, as I understand it, that I would be interested in, and maybe this longing for feeling whole again, not feeling broken, not feeling empty. Maybe such love interest will fill that hole. And so that kind of exploration within me and grappling with those kinds of questions within myself eventually led to me being open or being more vulnerable. And I knew, although I told myself I won't find another Russel and I can't impose what I have had with him in a relationship, any other relationship that I had, but that is easier said than done. But I opened myself up to being vulnerable and just explore and see where that would take me. Now, the youth of today have taught me a number of things. And in my experience and understanding, we spoke about a relationship. So being a relationship would mostly mean in an exclusive relationship, and you're committed to that and you know where you're going and that kind of thing. But I knew that that was not what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for a husband. I didn't want to get married to anyone in particular. I needed some company and relations with a live person as well. Well, I'm still here, alive. And what I did get involved in is what the youth have taught me is a situationship. I had to learn what that is, so I'm explaining it to my peers who might know or might not know what the situationship is, and this is my understanding. It is a romantic relationship with no clarity, no label, no commitment. So you do what feels good mutually, but there's no prospect of an engagement or a long-term exclusive relationship. I am not used to being in more than one relationship at the same time, so I wouldn't have been able to handle that, but I could handle this situationship. It meant that there are affectionate time spent together, one can have fun, and so it was quite good to be involved in it, but it is quite difficult for, I think, people of my generation to sustain such relationships. And the realization that I had that I felt affectionate to this person, but I could call it some kind of love, but it wasn't a full and rounded kind of love, and I knew that. And I knew that it wouldn't be sustainable, so it had to end at a certain period. They had a sell-by date, and that was fine by me. I have accepted that I wasn't, and I have started to grow in my understanding of how my feelings and my life with Russel is separate to any other relationship that I have. And I found that if I do fall in love, there's enough. Love is boundless. There's no boundaries. Doesn't affect one another. But being in my generation, I find it hard to find similar thinking kind of people. I haven't met anybody that really, I think, is on the same wavelength that I am. I am not exploring online possibilities. Firstly, I think I don't feel a great need. I don't need a partner. It would be nice to have a partner, but it's not a need fulfilling me. Also, I'm quite happy in my own skin. I'm happy with my own company, but it would be nice to have a friend that is more affectionate than normal friendships are with a man. So I also had been ghosted, and this is also a new concept for me. I've been jilted before in my youth, and I've been, my love interests have left me for other love interests before, but that I knew that was happening, and I was being, I don't know, I say those relationships ended. But being ghosted was now a new concept that I also learned from the youth, but it was strange for me to have that experience. And being ghosted, I only realized that I was ghosted long after I was ghosted. But is a friend a person who becomes friendly with you, even some romantic suggestions is made, and then it suddenly cuts off all communication without any warning or explanation. And it's quite baffling. I had to deal with that. I had to accept that this person is no longer interested, but I cannot understand the logic, the thinking of that. You can tell me, and I'm fine with it. Anyway, so I was ghosted and I was in a situationship. And I'm sure if the opportunity and the right person comes, I might fall in love again. And I'm sure I have the capacity to do that. And I know that there are other people who can find and who do find other new love interests, new people to love. And that is all possible. And I believe that it is possible, but it is not something that I am looking for. And not saying that this is what everybody else should be doing or want to do, but this is how I feel. So where I am at the moment is I'm not quite sure whether I am as open to any interest shown to me as I was a year or two ago when I went into those kinds of relationships. I feel I am a retired woman who don't need stress, and love interest stress and any upheaval drama. I don't want drama. And so I might just not be so open anymore for that. But I feel, as I did before, that I have to protect myself. I didn't have my heart broken in both of those instances, but I feel as a person, I don't want to expose myself to what I think might be abuse of my feelings and making myself vulnerable. So in general, I want to protect myself. I have my daughters who can help me look out for things that I might not be able to see. I have friends. I am particularly guarded against online extortion and people, very attractive men send friend requests and all of those kinds of things. You can know if you must be able to read what is a true profile and what is not. Everything is posted on the person's profile on the same day. Then you must know there's something very wrong. So online extortion is a very real thing. And people even lose lots of money. And that is basically what online extortion is about, in my understanding, is how do I get to your money? So I'm very protectionist of that. Even in person, I have to, you must really impress me now. I'm not going to be open and I think I'm better than you, so I'm not going to talk to you. No. I am now more protected and say if there isn't an initial reaction of that I like this person, then I will not explore that. I'm not going to open myself up. So I guard for my own safety and my own well-being, my belongings and my money. My lifestyle, I guard that with care. And so I think it confirms that what I was looking for might have been something different than what my counterparts were looking for. I have not yet found new love. I am not looking for new love. It would be nice to have new love, but I accept my life as it is. I live fully with what and who I have in my life. And I enjoy my life. That doesn't mean that I still miss Russel like crazy. And that doesn't mean that there are some times that I feel, but now I need a default conversation with a person that is my default go-to person. So that still happens, but I am comfortable in my own skin and I love my own company and I live in a new community where we slowly growing towards one another. I have company, I have family, I have friends, which is different to being in a loving, caring, affectionate relationship, but I am loved, I am cared for, and I am nurtured, and I have a grandchild who thinks that I am marvelous. You have been listening to Shall I Love Again on my podcast On Her Way with Beryl Botman. Walk tall, tell it all. You've been listening to On Her Way with Beryl Botman. You can purchase my books online on Amazon, Take-A-Lot, and at bookstores like Exclusive Books, Bargain Books, independent bookstores, and Barnes & Noble internationally. To connect with me, please follow me on Facebook to learn more about my book launches and talks. You can write to me at beryl.botman60@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.